2019, the before times. I booked to go to the Nuremberg Christmas markets in 2020. Then 2021. And thanks to COVID and a non-refundable booking that had been moved to the last possible date I could have had before I lost the money, I found myself in the city just before Easter 2022. At least the weather's decided to keep the Christmas spirit going. The second largest city in the state of Bavaria, Nuremberg has a history going back to at least the 11th century, but the city rose to prominence due to its position on key trade routes through to the 16th century. Today, the city is famous for its Christmas market, which is held in the Hauptmarkt and was the original reason for booking my trip, though, thanks to COVID, rather than the Christkindlesmarkt, I'm here in time for the Ostermarkt or Easter market, a much smaller event, but still held in the main market square. At the rear of the market is the Frauenkirche, or Church of Our Lady, a 14th century Gothic church built on the site of the city's former synagogue. The church was built by Charles IV for imperial ceremonies. Close by is the equally impressive St. Sebalduskirche, named for the patron saint of Nuremberg and since the Reformation, the Lutheran parish church of the city. The centre of the city is split by the river Pegnitz, with a couple of small islands in the middle of the river housing unique districts. Several of the bridges offer great views over the river and islands, with some of the best views being from the Maxbrücke. The city still retains a significant portion of the walls that were once built to protect it, and one of the best ways to see these is to take the land train or hop-on hop-off bus tours which pass along major sections, including up towards the top of the old city and behind the fortifications of the Kaiserburg, the imperial castle. Inside the city walls, you can see how the buildings were built right up to the fortifications. The area around Tiergaretentor being one of the most picturesque, particularly due to the presence of the Albrecht Dürer house, the final home and workshop of the Nuremberg-born painter who lived here until his death in 1528. At the top of the city centre, dominating the city from most angles, is the Kaiserburg, or imperial castle. First written records of the castle on the site are from 1050 and grew to be one of Europe's most formidable medieval fortifications, showing the importance and power of the Holy Roman Empire. The castle today is the result of works to return the castle to its original state, undertaken in the early 1930s, and subsequent repairs following World War II, as the castle suffered significant damage. Along with being an imperial city, the city was also the first in Germany to gain a railway service, with the opening of the Nuremberg and Fürth Railway in 1835, with the first trains being hauled by steam engine Adler, designed and built by Robert Stephenson Company in Newcastle. The original was scrapped in the 1850s, but a replica built in the 1930s is housed in the DB Museum, part of the Nuremberg Transport Museum in the centre of the city, close to the Hauptbahnhof. The museum houses a large collection of exhibits, as well as model railways, and exhibits on the iconography and design of the Deutsche Bahn brand. Christmas markets and imperial castles may be part of a reason for Nuremberg being a well-known city, but its history during the most tumultuous years of the 20th century are probably why most people know of it. The Nazis focused a lot of their energy on Nuremberg, and the city was home to some of the largest rallies of the party, with the parade grounds still a scar on the outskirts of the city centre, kept as a memorial to the horror that they unleashed. The importance of the city wasn't lost on the victorious Allies, who symbolically chose Nuremberg as their location for the first war crime trials. And today, Court 600, where the highest-ranking Nazis who survived the war were tried and convicted for their crimes, can be visited. At the time of visiting, the court had only just been decommissioned from its role as a regular courtroom and is now permanently open to visitors, along with an in-depth exhibition that charts the rise, fall and prosecution of the Nazis and the ongoing work of war crimes trials and the International Criminal Court in The Hague. In the centre of Nuremberg, the Straße der Menschenrechte, or Street of Human Rights, has a series of pillars and plates in the ground, 30 in total, each inscribed with an article from the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Each pillar has the article in German and then a translation in another language, such as Hebrew, French, and on the seventh pillar, English, equality before the law. Nuremberg Airport is located a short distance from the city centre, linked by the U2 U-Bahn line. There are regular flights to destinations across Europe, with additional seasonal services around the Christmas markets. Alternatively, Munich Airport is around 2 hours away by fast train and then S-Bahn, and is one of Europe's major hubs with services across the globe. Nuremberg Hauptbahnhof is on the intersection of several major railway lines and has high-speed trains to most major German cities, as well as international connections.